For the last few days, I've been writing "Don't forget about projections" on my hand or on my wrist, just for me to see. Because sometimes I forget that people project their stuff onto you. And if you are someone who um, has had trouble knowing where you end and someone else begins, or something, another, where your energy ends and another energy begins, then maybe you forget this too. Because sometimes I have lost my beliefs about life and myself and what I want to, the reality that I want to create. And I think it's all in the learning. It's all in the transition from believing what you're told to believing in yourself and what you believe and what you want to create in your reality as your reality. So like going from there to there, you're gonna have some bumbles along the way. And one of mine is forgetting that people project. And then also taking on what people say to me as truth, which I used to do constantly. Because I didn't believe that I would have a correct way of thinking. I didn't believe that my opinion would be like, I would always put other people's opinions and beliefs on higher regard than mine, because I thought I just thought that's how it was. And then slowly I started to not do that, so I wouldn't accept everything as truth from other people. Even if it was true to them, it doesn't mean that it's true to me. That's not saying that people are liars, it's just saying that exactly what I just said. If it's true to them, it doesn't mean it's true to me. But some people want you to believe what's true to them because it makes them more comfortable, because then it's everyone's reality. Whereas the truth is, everyone creates their own reality with their beliefs about life. And I'm sure you've heard people talking, or me talking, about your subconscious beliefs and how they are the beliefs that create your reality. So it's not like they're pretty hardwired in. So changing those comes with it's a journey. It is a journey. A journey. But as you go, you can look back and see your progress, and it's like that's what keeps me going, because you never go back to square one. Once you get a certain I want to say distance from like point A of I guess not recognizing that you're creating your reality, or you just recognize and then you notice all your beliefs. Once you go from there, you don't really you can't really go back, which is cool. But yeah, so the other thing that I thought about when I was saying don't forget about projections, that's why I would write it on my hand, because one day I was just like, oh, my mood dropped, or my like self-belief dropped, because I believed what this person said. But that's them just projecting how they feel about my life onto me. So I guess it's the same as like people having expectations for something that I'm doing in my life, and me feeling like I have to live up to those expectations is definitely how I used to live. Now, not so much, which is cool. Probably still dip in and out of that, and that's why I wrote "Don't forget about projections" on my hand, because I just wanted to remind myself, and it was a pretty cool place to say it, or to write it, and I will definitely be doing that again, because I was able to see it a lot, and it would catch my eye because it was new as well, and I'd be like, oh yeah, don't forget. And one thing that is interesting is age. For me, I'm 26, and depending on who I talk to, I guess about like like whatever stage I'm at in my life, but depending on who I talk to, they either think that I'm very young or I am very old now. So that was interesting because I think once I got past 24, 25, I don't remember having this conversation when I was 25, but 24, 23, I know you're early 20s, but like if I'm speaking to someone who had like 3 kids at the age of 26, they often think, well, you're pushing on a little bit. And that makes me self-conscious sometimes, or it has made me self-conscious because I felt that I'm not responsible enough for multiple different things, but mainly that is that like I don't have my shit together. But like I hear 30 odd year olds talking about this a lot because I feel like by the time you're 30, people there is like this old kind of belief that you should have your shit together. But like, what is your shit together? I guess like in some regards, I'm like, yeah, like I want to be. I guess I like privately want to have my shit together as much as I can, and by that I just mean like for me, that's being able to like really live how I want to live. It doesn't mean that I have to have a car, a house, this much money, this much whatever. If I set those goals for myself, that's fine. I can do that and that will be what I want to do. But it could be like living in a van and traveling until I'm 45 or something like that. Like, people have their own expectations of how you're supposed to live when you get to a certain age. Because I've been in other places where I say, I'm 26 and people um, comment like the contrary. And I'm very telepathic, so they don't even have to say much in either regard. I can get the vibe as well from, when they ask me and I say my age, and then it's like either, oh yeah, you're not that young, or else like the opposite where it's just like, oh wow, like you're doing really great. And it all depends on how they feel about their lives, what they were doing at my age, if they're older than me, or what they expect to do at my age if they're younger than me. Um, it's less about me and it's more about what they believe, um, where they believe somebody should be in life at a certain age. Um, Either way, I take no offense, and either way, I take no heed from it at this point because I am where I am, and I know what I'm working with, and I know what I'm working on, and I know the vision for my life that I have, and that's all that's important for me. Um, but it's definitely something that I have just recently really gotten a hold of. And that's not to say that I won't. That's not to say that I won't fumble again and get wrapped up in somebody else's expectations of my life. But here's hoping I will catch it quickly. Maybe I'll get that tattooed on my wrist. Don't forget about projections. Don't forget about projections. I could just make it like some sort of ringtone. But let's be real. Nobody has their phone on loud ever. I don't. But yeah, that's all really. I remind you, don't forget about projections. That's about it. Anything else? Oh, life is just so exciting. It's really, really, really exciting and beautiful. And I'm so grateful for the position that I'm in. And I'm so grateful for all of the guidance that I receive and the love and support and all of the friends that I have and the people in my life that love me and I get to love, um, and my family. they were included in my friends and the people that I get to love and that, but they're so special. Um, and yeah, I'm just really, really grateful for the journey that I'm on. And um, I try not to project onto people. I don't know if I do. Um, I don't do a lot of thinking about other people, as in other people's lives and their journeys. I like to be quite open minded because everybody's just doing their own thing if they can. Because a lot, like, the other thing is people are sometimes trying to live up to a standard set by society. And this is probably really more common than anything else. Um, I think a lot of people are not doing that now as well, particularly when it comes to like starting families and like getting married and that kind of like thing that was sold to mankind like decades ago, where you must partner up and have kids and have a nuclear family and like all of this crack. Um, and there's no problem if you do that if that's what you really want to do as well. But it's just that life is really short, and if you can, I urge you to really just pause and ask yourself, what do you want? If you had no, and I'm not telling you to abandon your whole family. I'm in a very privileged position to be able to like really think about myself and what I want. I'm not in survival mode, I'm in creator mode, and I know that it's an extremely privileged position, and I'm so grateful for the life that I have and the opportunities that I have. Um, and my only dependent is a cat who's being looked after by my wonderful mother and rest of family, but it's particularly my mom. And if you had no reliance or dependence, or your job didn't need you, what would you do? And then it's not that you have to take this big drastic leap into that. You can. That's one way to do it, but also it's just like incrementally kind of like directing your life a little bit more towards what you truly want, what truly makes you feel good, because that's the point of life. It's to feel and to try as best as you can just to follow what makes you excited and what makes you what fills you with energy. You don't have to be happy all the time or joyful all the time, because that's not normal, it's not natural in life. We go through many emotions, and they come and they go, and they just, if possible, they just flow through, if that's what you're able to do. But following what makes you excited and trying your best to balance that with whatever you have going on in life, because I know you can't just drop everything and go and whatever. You can, but not everyone can. It's a possibility, but it's not for everyone. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all I had to say. Lots of love to you.